So, in today's video, I am going to explain some characters that I made. These are the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Um, Basically, these guys rule over the neutral layer of the afterlife in this world, um, which is called apocalypse, for obvious reasons. Um, Unlike how Calum and Inferno, their rulers are more traits. These represent how people die, since Apocalypse is the place where neutral souls go to rest. Um, so, the first horseman that you can see being designed is Plague, and everyone knows Plague. Sickness, all that. Um, in Apocalypse, Plague rules over a section called Bubonia, which is like a Victorian era place where people who died from various sicknesses and diseases, that's where they live. The next horseman that I designed was War. War is the ruler of a place called Hell, and for those of you who might get confused, Hell and Inferno are not the same place. I just merely called it Hell since the place War resides in. It's basically like a big war zone, and it's like constantly on fire. So that's why I called it Hell. Um, and This is where people who died from like various injuries they sustained in combat, like people who got murdered or people who were like killed by animals, this is where their souls go. The third horseman that I designed for the video is Famine. I haven't fully fleshed out Famine yet, but where they reside is it's a medieval style village, kind of, where souls that starved to death go. Um, they basically, they grow crops for the rest of the afterlife, and yeah, Famine was inspired by a bug because, what do you call them? Locusts. They eat crops, so it makes sense that Famine is a bug. And the final horseman that we have designed was Death. Death rules over a part called the City East, which was the first part of the afterlife that I designed for this series. And it's a sort of Wild West town with several, different settlements. I gave Death antlers because I actually don't know why, but I just thought it was cool to give Death antlers. So I obviously just gave him antlers that looked cool. Death's hands are kind of like smoke, and he can like bring them into existence whenever he wants to like carry objects and stuff. He can also just turn his entire body into smoke if he wants, so he can like traverse the afterlife more easily. Death also makes deals with various souls of the living world, such as Deadwood and Raven Carey. This is what we like to call in this universe the Hand of Death, where if you complete the ritual of the Hand of Death, you get reserved to be in Apocalypse, even if you've done horrific acts. And basically, it gets you on Death's good side and earns you a favor with him. I made Death's personality in this so that he isn't like an overworked boss like Have a Nice Death. But I also didn't want to make him like overly villainous. I just kind of wanted him to be somewhat neutral and a guy who just loves his job. So, yeah. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments below. And that's it for this episode of Lore Dump. Have a nice time, guys, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.